Hello my friends, welcome to another Sims 4 Growing Together guide. Today I'm going to help you help your little one in The Sims reach all of those important milestones for a great start in life. So if you've played with infants prior to getting The Sims 4 Growing Together, you probably noticed that infant care has suddenly become a lot more complicated. Base game infants are quite easy compared to growing together infants. In fact, your infant can no longer sit up or crawl immediately upon aging up from a newborn if you have growing together. Of course, not being able to sit up means they can't play with toys or explore foods in a high chair. They must learn these skills by hitting infant milestones. Additionally, you will have infant quirks to deal with as well, making raising infants in The Sims 4 Growing Together quite the challenge. So I'm going to cover additional information on infant care related to growing together in this guide. If you want your Sims 4 Growing Together infant to start crawling around and playing with toys on their own, you need to spend a lot of time with them reaching milestones. Milestones for infants are separated into gross motor, fine motor, life, social, and first categories. The gross motor and fine motor categories are what you want to focus on to help your infant be a little more independent. However, the milestone panel is good at giving you hints for how to reach the next milestone. Your infant can't just skip right to sitting up and crawling. Just like in the real world, infants slowly progress through simple milestones first, and then gradually reach more and more advanced milestones. Infants will have a grayed out milestone in their info panel a lot of times, and these grayed out milestones is the next milestone that your infant is on track to reach. Hovering over that grayed out milestone will tell you how they can reach it. This goes for you have to put effort into helping your infant reach all of their gross motor and fine motor milestones. However, the life, social, and firsts milestones are not necessarily required for infants to gain new independence. These milestones will happen more naturally through regular gameplay. I'm going to go over the different milestones that we've got in The Sims 4. The different gross motor milestones will help your infant grow into a toddler with some movement skill already. Gross motor milestones are lifted head. To get lifted head, you want to practice tummy time with your infant. Tummy time can be found under friendly activities. Roll over to back is another tummy time activity. Roll over to tummy again is a tummy time, as is learn to creep. Learn to sit up can be achieved by practice sitting with your Sims 4 Growing Together infant. Practice sitting can be found under friendly and activities. Reaching this milestone unlocks the fun motive for infants. Also, it allows them to sit in a high chair to explore different foods. Learn to dance. To get that milestone, you need to have music playing near your infant frequently, or teach them to dance on a stereo. Unlike most milestones in this category, infants can skip this one and go straight to crawling from sitting up, but it's still cute to teach your infants how to dance. The next milestone is learn to crawl. To teach your infant how to crawl, you want to practice crawling with your infant, which can be found under friendly and activities. And then the final gross motor milestone is pulled to stand. To get this milestone, you need to practice standing with your infant. The practice standing interaction can be found under friendly and activities. Also, I recommend leaving your infant alone for a minute after each practice standing session. To reach this milestone, your infant will autonomously crawl to a nearby piece of furniture to pull themselves up. So if this interaction gets interrupted, they will not reach the milestone. Fine motor milestones will help your infant grow into a toddler with some thinking skill. So the fine motor milestones are learn to reach, And in order to do that, you'll need to use the infant playmat with the infant and have them look at the toys, or you can play with the infant. The learn to grab, for that milestone, you use the playmat and give your infants toys to hold. Reaching this milestone allows your infant to interact with the playmat toys. Put toe in mouth. To get that milestone, you want to play with toy box toys, dollhouses, blocks, or the playmat. Learn pincer grasp is the next fine motor milestone. Get your infant to learn the pincer grasp. You need to explore different mashed baby foods in a high chair with your infant. Reaching this milestone will allow your infant to start trying finger foods in a high chair. The fifth fine motor milestone is learn to clap. For this one, you need to talk to and play with your infant frequently. Learn to wave. Clapping and waving can be learned in either order. Just keep interacting with your infant. They're likely to wave to a caregiver that they feel close to. Some Sims 4 Growing Together infant activities related to fine motor milestones cannot be done until the sit up and creep gross motor milestones have been reached. So if you're having trouble reaching some fine motor milestones, focus on the gross motor milestones for a while. You should be able to get back to the fine motor milestones after a few more gross motor milestones have been hit. Social milestones will help your infant grow into a toddler with some communication skill already. Like the motor milestones, many of the social milestones need to be reached in order as your infant progresses from cooing to saying their first word. The social milestones are first smiled. Your infant will reach this milestone automatically upon aging up from a newborn to an infant. Learn to coo milestone, you need to interact with the infant to develop most of the social milestones. Talk to your infant frequently to hear them coo at you in response. Learn to laugh is the next one. The best way to reach the learn to laugh milestone was to reach the grab milestone first, then give them your infants toys to play with. Learn to babble is the next social milestone. Infants learn to talk by hearing adults talk around them. Talk to your infant frequently, and they will start to babble at you in response. Learn to blow a raspberry. Real life infants blowing raspberries are so cute. Infants tend to reach the raspberry milestone at random. Continuing to talk to your infant or demonstrating the skill yourself by blowing raspberries on their tummy may also help them reach the milestone a little bit faster. Said first word, social milestone. Again, continued socialization with your infant is key here. Your infant will often say their first word after your Sims have spent a while talking with them. The next social milestone is learn to blow a kiss. This is another milestone that your infants will pretty much learn on their own, but you can help it along by kissing your infant or blowing kisses at other Sims in front of them to demonstrate. And then the final social milestone is learn peekaboo. To do this, all you have to do is play peekaboo with your infant a lot, and they will start playing it by themselves automagically. Life milestones are not as important for unlocking new activities for your infant. They're just a way to commemorate big moments in life. So the infant-specific milestone is to be born or born at a hospital. This milestone will show up as born if they were adopted or born at home. If they were born at a hospital, you'll get the born at hospital life milestone. It is not possible to have both versions of the milestone, but they do count as the same milestone. Additional milestones like getting a sibling or a pet joining the family may be possible to get in this category as well. Like I said, they're not infant specific. The final milestones that you can get for your infants are firsts milestones. They do not need to be reached in any particular order. They do not come with any benefits either. Just like life's milestones, they're simply there to commemorate your infant's first experiences in life. These include first visitors, so all you have to do is introduce your infant to a visiting Sim. First family visit. To get that, you take your infant to a relative's house and have them interact with their extended family. First trip to the park. Take your infant to a park lot. First vacation. Take your infant on a vacation. First bath. Give your infant a bath. First bubble bath, of course, give the infant a bubble bath. First baby food, can be obtained by reaching the sit-up milestone and then exploring baby foods with your infant in a high chair. Sleep through the night. Even if your infant does not like sleeping in their crib, continue trying to get them to sleep in the crib. You can soothe them to sleep or use the baby mobile on an upgraded crib to help lull them to sleep. Once they get used to it, they will eventually sleep through the night without waking up, and then you'll get that milestone. First, finger food. To reach this, you need the sit up and pincer grasp milestones. Once you've got those milestones, you can put your infant in a high chair and try some finger foods with them. The next first milestones is first diaper blowout. It's a bit of a yucky one. This milestone is completely random. There is nothing that you can do to increase the chances of getting this milestone. Basically, it's when your infant experiences a diaper blowout or a nappy blowout. And the final first milestone is peed on caregiver. Another random milestone, whenever your sim attempts to change their infant's diaper, there's a chance that the infant could pee during the diaper nappy change. Those are all of your milestones. There's also quirks. There are 18 sims for growing together infant quirks that infants can acquire naturally through gameplay. However, they are largely random. Sometimes an infant may develop a quirk based on what they're doing, sometimes they don't. Also, infants can have up to 3 quirks at a time. So some quirks are just cute little habits your infants will do more frequently. Others may make raising them more of a challenge for their parents. We have got a full list with descriptions of each Sims 4 growing together infant quirk. Thank you so much to Sims Community Info, by the way, for taking snips of all of these quirks. I have not found all 18 yet, so huge thanks to simscommunity.info for getting all of these screen grabs. So first we've got the Snuggly Sleeper infant quirk. This infant only likes to fall asleep when they're being held. The Early Riser infant quirk. Infants with this quirk are more likely to wake up when the sun comes up. Hates being held. Those infants don't like to be held. Infants with this quirk are more likely to get upset when they're picked up and are happier to be set down. If your infant is gassy, then the infant has tummy issues. Infants with this quirk will be gassier and fussier. So basically it's like a colicky baby. A Picky Eater infant quirk is when your infant is very particular about food. Messy eaters are extra messy around food time. Your Happy Spitter is prone to spitting up while they feed. With the frequently hiccups infant quirk, poor little infant will hiccup all the time. The Loves Being Held infant loves being held. If your infant loves wake up time, then they are often bright and sunny upon awakening. If your infant gets the Loves Sound quirk, it means that that infant loves to hear sounds, and they're more likely to wiggle when music is playing nearby. If you get the Hates Wake Up Time quirk, the poor infant will rarely wake up in a good mood. Little babblers are very talkative. The Free Air Tinkler infant often pees during diaper changes. Your self-soother infants will often try to self-soothe themselves. If your sim gets the Frequently Sneezes quirk, they will sneeze a lot. Feeding Tinklers are infants that often pee while being fed. Infants with good appetites love to eat, and they will always accept the opportunity to feed, and they will finish almost any food regardless of how hungry they are. Additionally, The Sims 4 Growing Together adds some other new objects and activities for infants that are not in the base game, such as the infant playmat, changing tables, and infant back carriers. In fact, I'm going to give you a breakdown of these items. So the playmat will help your Sims 4 Growing Together infant reach a lot of their gross motor and fine motor milestones. They're quite versatile because your infants can sleep on them, play with the dangle toys, and have tummy time on them. Then we've got changing tables. Now, in my opinion, changing tables should have been included with the infant's base game update, but for some reason they weren't. They're only available if you get Growing Together. Of course, they work much the same as a dresser. Sims can change their infants' outfits and change the infants' nappies. Also, the changing table can be used to change outfits and nappies on toddlers. Furthermore, you'll want to make sure that you put a nappy bin next to the changing table if you don't want to clean up nappy waste on the floor. If you do not have a bin nearby, your adult sim will just throw the nappy on the floor. Additionally, there is a wall-mounted changing table that is designed for public restrooms, although you can also put it in your sim's house if you really want to. We've got infant carriers. Infant carriers are super cute, and they can easily transport your infant and allow you to take them into the world. The infant carrier is basically the Sims 4 way of giving you a pram. Sims can take walks and go jogging with an infant on their back. And also, some infants, such as snuggly sleeper infants, sleep better when in a back carrier. Now, I've already mentioned in a previous video how to use back carriers, and I will put a card right about now, just above, so that you can see that video. If you have any further questions about Sims 4 infants, please do ask me in the chat, and I will do my best to answer them.